Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for the very generous introduction. It is a great pleasure to be back in this beautiful city, and I would like to thank our partners, the Center for Strategic Studies and the President of Azerbaijan for this opportunity. If someone asked me to save your time and make the main point of my presentation in just one sentence, I would say that the trilateral cooperation has achieved a lot. Our countries must stay greater geoeconomic and geopolitical role in the region. The status quo, in my view, is not necessarily going to be sufficient or sustainable in the long term. And now let me elaborate why I'm saying this. The trilateral cooperation among Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey has long evolved into a strategic partnership. There is no question that this partnership has benefited all three countries, and anyone will attest that as a result today we are more prosperous than 25 years ago. But in my short speech today, I would like to make emphasis on geopolitical implications of this cooperation. So how did this partnership come about? Even though we are connected by long history, it was long-term national interest, not ethnic, religious, or cultural affinity, which is very important, that served as a foundation of these relationships. And this is what makes them so stable. Of these three states, two, Georgia and Azerbaijan, are relative newcomers on the international scene. The fates have been closely linked for most of their histories, and now this is true more than ever. The past experience has demonstrated that without their close strategic partnership, neither country would be able to sustain its independence or achieve greater economic prosperity. And this was true back in 1918, 1921. In Turkey, both Georgia and Azerbaijan found a partner that offered them not just a hand of friendship at the very difficult start of their independence in the early 90s, but proved to be a reliable ally for all these years. Together, our countries achieved a lot. Georgia and Azerbaijan have faced similar challenges since independence, armed conflicts, and the occupation of significant parts of their territories. Internal strife, destabilization. These challenges have been followed by partnerships with Turkey on international energy projects that have drastically changed their strategic importance on the world's geopolitical map. This partnership has helped to consolidate the independence of both Georgia and Azerbaijan. So we are talking not just economic implications, but political, geopolitical implications. And also has literally fueled Turkey's remarkable transformation into one of the world's leading economies. But in order to sustain this achievement, our countries must seek to amplify their international geoeconomic role. While the world around us is undergoing dynamic changes, Turkey, Georgia, and Azerbaijan must reach to our neighbors on the eastern shore of the Caspian Sea in order to encourage them to place greater priority on the South Caucasus transport corridor. Beyond the existing function of supplying and transporting energy to Western markets, Azerbaijan and Georgia, in partnership with Turkey, must reinvent themselves as the bridge between the Greater Caspian and Greater Black Sea regions. History is a good teacher if we pay attention. Let us examine the continued relevance of these historical experiences and how well we have absorbed these lessons. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union in late 1991, national borders and geopolitical fault lines shifted.
Georgia and Azerbaijan re-emerged as independent states. One of the most of Azerbaijani-Georgian partnership was reopening of the Caspian region to the west. However, this new era presented not only great opportunities, but also old challenges. Armenia, like in 1920, clashed with Azerbaijan over Karabakh, the internationally recognized territory of this country. Georgia, the only non-Baltic republic which had refused to join the CIS, was soon punished by Russia, which sought to fuel regional conflicts in order to maintain its influence over the South Caucasus countries. While Russia's divide and rule approach significantly affected the region, these impediments were not enough to completely halt the region's cooperation with the West. While conflict with Azerbaijan left Armenia isolated from the regional cooperation, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey collaborated with Western partners, including the United States, to develop the infrastructure for delivering Caspian energy to Western markets. It is difficult to overestimate the importance of these projects for the region. Not only did they jumpstart Azerbaijan's economic development, but more importantly, they became a defining factor in reinforcing Azerbaijani and Georgian political independence. The energy delivered to Turkey through these projects, like I said earlier, contributed to Turkey's remarkable economic transformation. From Moscow's perspective, however, every barrel of oil and every 1,000 cubic meters of natural gas that bypasses the Russian pipeline system in its journey from the Caspian region to Western markets represents not only lost revenue, but also lost political leverage in the manipulation of both the European energy market and the suppliers in the Caspian region. So let us now take a broader look at our region in conjunction with the Greater Caspian region in terms of, and go beyond just the issue of transportation of energy. There are two fundamental determinants of the role and future prospects of the region. First, the region's ability to effectively harness its enormous energy resources. And second, its location midway between two major global trading giants, Europe and China. Energy demand will continue to grow both east and west of the Caspian. If the necessary infrastructure is developed, the region could attract a considerable share of the cargo transit between the Caspian region's eastern and western neighbors. Azerbaijan must be commended for a number of strategic initiatives it has taken. The Trans-Anatolian pipeline, TANAP, designed to deliver Azerbaijani natural gas to the countries of Southern Europe, is one such example. Currently, TANAP has relatively modest ambition of supplying 10 billion cubic meters of gas to Italy via Trans-Adriatic pipeline. According to some experts, the selection of TAP as a partner project for TANAP has killed the much-discussed Nabucco project. Nabucco failed to materialize due to dithering on the part of European partners, but a larger gas project may still be possible. Once the infrastructure to carry large volumes of Caspian gas directly to European consumers is in place, the Eastern Caspian states, in particular Turkmenistan, will need to give much more serious consideration to the proposed Trans-Caspian gas pipeline project, which has fallen off the agenda years ago. While the potential obstacles to an agreement on the Trans-Caspian pipeline are obvious and that are not limited by objections by Russia and Iran, Turkmen involvement in TANAP could significantly increase the viability of this pipeline and even revitalize Nabucco as the second phase of the project. Of course, if Europe remains passive, Turkmenistan will direct the larger share of its 17.7 trillion cubic meters of proven gas reserves towards China or reach a new deal with Russia. In the past, Kazakhstan has been the most cautious of all the Central Asian countries, seeking to avoid irritating Russia through involvement in energy projects that do not have Moscow's approval. However, even here, things are changing. We should not ignore Uzbekistan as well, although chances of Uzbek involvement in the Trans-Caspian cooperation are the thing of more remote future. As I mentioned above, it is difficult to imagine the world that does not require a more developed transport infrastructure. The Caspian region, particularly Kazakhstan, is already playing an increasing role in the transportation of goods between China and Europe via Russia. Over the last decade, Turkey has significantly developed its transport infrastructure, creating new opportunities for the close integration of the South Caucasus and Caspian regions into European road and railway networks. The project connecting the Turkish and Georgian railway systems is due to be completed in the near future. Obviously, this project does not have global ambitions and is not an alternative to the Russian route, but as well as providing much-needed rail access between Azerbaijan and Turkey, the project can also offer new capacity for additional volumes of cargo and thus quite literally pave the way for economic growth both within the Caspian region and across the continent. To sum up, past 25 years entailed truly historic changes, challenges, achievements, and opportunities for Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Turkey. Georgia and Azerbaijan have rebuilt their independent states after 70 years of Soviet rule, which has produced new opportunities for Turkey. This country has been setting an example of mutually beneficial cooperation of a large power with relatively smaller partners. In the past, the Georgian and Azerbaijani leaders, with the cooperation and help from Turkey, have wisely drawn upon the strategic geographic location and mineral wealth of their respective countries to forge a strong alliance, according to the South Caucasus, an important international geo-economic function. Thus far, this partnership has helped to consolidate the independence of both Georgia and Azerbaijan. But like I said in my introduction, in order to sustain it, our countries must seek to expand their international geo-economic role beyond their existing function in supplying Azerbaijani energy to the Western markets. Together, via their vision for transport infrastructure, our countries could provide Central Asian nations with the shortest and most reliable access to the West, including markets in Turkey, Europe, and the Mediterranean. As ambitious as it sounds, this goal is not unrealistic if the leaders of our countries make it their strategic priority. Not long ago, and I know this from personal experience, some people called the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan project a pipe dream. But this pipeline was built and has made its mark on the world energy market due to the vision, dedication, and partnership of our leaders, supported by many professionals. It also produced serious geopolitical implications. I think it is time for Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey to reunite once again for the greater good of our region. Thank you very much.